Hello viewers! Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss any of our amazing love stories. Now it's time to wrap up this unforgettable journey. From heartbreak to healing, from strangers to soulmates, this is how their love story ends, beautifully. Now, enjoy the final chapter. After a few days, Mr. Kang's condition began to stabilize. Though still under doctor's watch, he was slowly recovering, physically at least. But emotionally? He was quiet, distant, lost in deep thought. Each time his family visited, he barely spoke. He sat with memories, some heavy, some bitter, but mostly filled with regrets. And what haunted him most was her, the girl he once rejected, Amma. She came almost every day. Sometimes alone with the twins. Sometimes with Jisoo. And every time she treated him like he was her own father. Gently. Kindly. Without judgment. That shook something in him. He watched how she'd smile as she tucked the blanket around him. How the twins, his own grandchildren, would laugh and play around his room. And slowly, something shifted inside him. He finally understood why his son chose her. Why his wife fought for her. And why pride had cost him years of peace. One quiet afternoon, Jisoo had gone out briefly, and Amma stayed behind with the twins. Mr. Kang, half drowsy from his meds, listened as they chatted nearby. "Mum," one of the twins whispered, "why do we always visit this big hospital?" Amma smiled and looked toward their grandfather. "That man on the bed," she said gently. "He's your grandfather." The twins gasped in surprise. "Our grandpa?" She nodded, holding them close. "You've met your full family now." They hugged her tightly. "We love you, Mum," Amma giggled, brushing their hair back. "I love you too." Just then, Jisoo returned with his mother, and she took the kids to the garden to play. Suddenly, Mr. Kang stirred. A soft cough and a faint voice. Jisoo and Amma rushed to his side, but instead of asking for water or help, he reached for Jisoo's hand. "I was wrong," he whispered. Jisoo froze. "I was too proud, too cold. But I'm proud of you, son. You didn't just become a man, you became better than me." Jisoo blinked fast, holding back tears. Then, Mr. Kang looked at Amma. "Come closer," he said. She hesitated, but something in his tone felt different. So she stepped forward. "I misjudged you," he said softly. "I see you now, and I'm sorry. Thank you for giving this family a second chance, even when I didn't deserve it." Amma's eyes welled up. She nodded. "Thank you for saying that." Jisoo leaned forward and hugged his father, careful not to pull the IV line. "Easy," Mr. Kang chuckled weakly. "I'm still plugged in, you know." Laughter filled the room. Moments later, Mrs. Kang returned with the twins. She stopped at the door, stunned, then smiled. The twins ran straight to their grandfather. He opened his arms, and for the first time, he held them. The rest of the evening was filled with stories, soft laughter, old wounds fading into warmth. It was peace. It was love. It was finally family. Over the next few days, something unexpected began to unfold. Each time business matters were casually brought up in Mr. Kang's ward, he noticed something that humbled him: the way she listened. The way she paid close attention, asked the right questions, and offered solutions that even he, with all his years of experience, hadn't thought of. She didn't speak to impress. She spoke with clarity, logic, and a sharp sense of understanding. Business, which had always felt like a heavy load, seemed almost effortless in her voice. He watched silently as she helped review some documents and explained a complicated term to one of the team members over the phone. It made him pause. Why hadn't he seen it before? He turned to his son. "And what did she study again?" he asked, eyes still on her. Jisoo smiled. "She studied business administration and international relations," he replied, then added with a light laugh, "She used to say working for you would be a dream come true." Mr. Kang gave a small smile, looking back at her. His expression softened. "I see it now," he said, almost to himself. "She's more than I imagined. Not just your partner. She's someone I would have proudly called a successor." Jisoo nodded slowly. "She's always been like this, Dad. You just didn't give yourself the chance to know her." Mr. Kang didn't respond immediately, but in his silence, the truth settled in. He had misjudged her. He had stood in the way of something pure, something powerful. And now that he saw it clearly, he was quietly grateful that fate had given them all a second chance. From that day forward, she became his quiet companion. He looked forward to her visits, their small talks, and the way she brought life back into the room. Not just through words, but through her presence. A calm strength. Mrs. Kang would often stand at the door and smile, watching how her husband laughed again and how their son looked at the woman who had changed everything. She turned to Jisoo one evening and said gently, "She didn't just restore you, she's healing him too." Jisoo smiled. "We're not letting her go again." A few weeks later, Amma's contract with Jisoo's company came to an official end, a successful one. Her boss, Mrs. Evelyn Hart, had seen this coming. "You're not coming back, are you?" Evelyn asked gently on their last call. Amma smiled with a deep sense of appreciation. "I don't think so, ma'am. Not this time." Evelyn chuckled, but there was warmth in her tone. "I didn't need a prophet to know that. You've got a new chapter waiting for you, but I want you to know something. You were more than a staff to me. You were a fighter, a bright mind, and one of the most grounded women I've worked with." Amma fought back tears. Evelyn had been more than a boss. She had taken her in when she was at her lowest, helped her navigate motherhood, gave her a purpose, and supported her silently in ways she could never forget. As fate would have it, Evelyn's company also gained major attention in Korea. New international deals were pouring in, and many of them were referrals from Jisoo's parents. It was an unexpected reward for the kindness she once showed a young, struggling mother of twins. "I'm proud of you," Evelyn said. "Now go and be happy." And happiness did come. A few days later, Jiti's parents, together with Jiti himself, planned a surprise engagement dinner. It was intimate, elegant, and filled with faces that mattered. As she walked into the room and saw the soft lights, the beautifully decorated rooftop space, and Jisoo standing there holding a ring and smiling like he already had forever in his hands, she felt like the world had paused for her. This time, there was no fear, no hidden tears, no pain of separation. Only love. Only home. And when he asked, she said yes. Their parents' joy was boundless. The children danced and clapped, the guests cheered, and in the heart of it all, love had finally won. Weeks later, the entire family traveled to the States. This time, not just to visit, but to make peace and seal bonds. Jisoo held her hand as they approached her father's home, the twins excited to see their grandfather again. Her father, older and gentler now, opened the door and froze. Then, slowly, a tear rolled down his cheek as he saw the son-in-law, the twins, and his daughter standing there with so much grace and strength. They talked. There were no harsh words, only soft confessions and warm forgiveness. Her brother, now grown and successful himself, hugged Jisoo like an old friend. "I see why she chose you," he said. A formal blessing was given that day, not just for a marriage, but for a new bond between two families, two cultures, two hearts that had fought against time and pain and still found each other. And as they sat at the family table that evening, laughing, eating, and sharing stories, it felt like the beginning of forever. The wedding plans were set in motion. The traditional ceremony was held in Ghana, just like her family wanted, beautifully organized, with cultural elegance and respect. It wasn't about luxury, but meaning. The celebration brought both families together in the most natural way. Mr. Kang, now more understanding and thoughtful, gifted Amma's family a house in appreciation. It wasn't to show wealth, but to say thank you for raising someone who had become such a blessing to his life and family. Amma's father and brother were grateful and proud to see their daughter truly happy. The white wedding took place in Seoul, simple, beautiful, and filled with familiar faces from their journey. Her former cafe boss, Mr. Han, her old sponsor who had now bounced back, and Mrs. Evelyn Hart all came to support her. They had seen her growth and couldn't be prouder. Amma and Jisoo stood side by side, exchanging vows that came from real experiences, not fantasy. Their promises weren't over the top, just genuine. Promises to stay grounded, to grow together, and to protect what they'd built. After the wedding, Amma joined her father-in-law in business officially. Over time, he made her a co-owner, not out of obligation, but because she earned it. Jisoo continued in his tech world while she grew in management and strategy. Together, they became a power team. Their twins adjusted quickly, enjoying the peaceful home and stability they now had. Life wasn't perfect, but it was peaceful, focused, and filled with purpose. They were occasionally featured in interviews, invited to share their story not just as a couple, but as business partners who understood balance. A year later, Amma gave birth to a baby girl, healthy, calm, and beautiful. The family had grown, and this time, with no drama, no tension, just joy. Their love story didn't end with a grand fairy tale. It ended with a solid future, a quiet strength, and a deep love that matured over time. And that was enough.